Hey, it's Saturday. I'm gonna take a flyer on like a bizarre story. I was on the periphery of following everything that was going on in the chess community where I mean like with a straight face, it has been alleged that one chess pro, like a grandmaster, no, I don't know if he's a grandmaster, but a super good chess player was allegedly cheating, which I don't really know. I mean, cheating has always been a thing as long as there's been a competitive anything. People cheat at it. I mean, if you could go to the Bill Belichick school, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. But how he was supposedly cheating kind of became the story. Apparently, it was a device that vibrated. I don't know how the communique allegedly were supposed to be of happening, but that device was also like, not in his hand. Let's put it that way. Last night, I saw a wild. Now, poker is something that I enjoy greatly, and I don't follow much of the celeb poker stuff, but I play it. I enjoy it a lot. And you have this pro poker player accused of using a quote hidden vibrating device, and when we say hidden, this woman, there's two spots it could have been hidden, right? To win a $130,000 hand, then gave the money back, which looks very suspect. Okay, giving the money back is added a lot of fuel to the fire of what happened. I'm going to break it down what happened because it was wild. Okay, you don't have to know a lot about poker to know how insane this hand actually was. So essentially, this woman makes a hero call. And what is called a hero call means like you put your opponent on absolutely nothing and you have a terrible hand, bottom pair maybe or something like that, and you make the call because you're certain they have literally nothing. It is a ridiculous risk that often gets spun around as like, oh, well, I definitely knew. I think a lot of times people just take a guess. People seem very convinced this is cheating. So what you do is you end up, I'm not going to go through the whole hand, but essentially she makes a call for a massive pot, okay, with jack high. She didn't even have bottom pair. She didn't have anything. Jack high, and we're talking about a six-figure pot, $120,000. She makes the call, and it made no sense. Now, some people, she's come out and said, "Oh, I thought I had Jack 3, so I thought maybe I had some sort of pair." Like the hand makes zero sense. The fact that and people, I don't know. I don't know. You don't call somebody out for cheating, though, in poker or really in anything, unless you really know. Was her call insane? Yes, it was. Hold on a second. Actually, it's covered in here. So, a pro poker player is alleging that his opponent clearly cheated during a live stream game of poker after she returned her earnings to the opponent. Garrett Adelstein has suggested his female opponent, Robbi Jade could have cheated using a hidden device that simply vibrates to indicate you have the best hand. Lou, meanwhile, says she was taken outside of the gambling hall and threatened in a dark hallway by the guy she beat. Garrett blocked me, guilty as charged. What an honest man. He cornered me and threatened me. If he has the audacity to give me this kind of stare on camera, picture what he's like off camera. Adelstein is 36 from Arizona and is a regular on the 24-hour Hustler Casino in California where he's playing Hold'em. When he was stunned into silence by Lou, a relative newcomer. Lou, 35, made a call to go all in despite having a relatively poor hand, leaving Adelstein's and observers agape. It wasn't relatively poor. It was a jack high. Didn't even have a pair. Those commentating on the game were in disbelief because the odds were stacked against her, with online betting casino DraftKings calculating that there are around 150 ways for her to lose, only 6 for her to win, which she proceeded to do. Hey, every day somebody wins the lottery, okay? But this is not like a luck thing. This is like she actually thought about this and made the call. Adelstein forced her to go all in with her $130,000 hand and appeared shocked as her cards revealed her to have a jack high, winning the game and taking the entire $269,000 pot. What's crazy about it is that in her logic for explaining it, it looks bad, okay? During the game in question, Garrett only needed a club, so he was on a flush draw. He needed a club, a club, 6, or a jack to win the hand. But Lou's jack won the hand. The look on his face as he lost the hand and said, in disbelief and simmering rage. I don't understand what's happening right now, he said. You look like you want to end me. I thought you had ace high, Lou said. Here's the thing. If you thought he had ace high, you would still lose that hand with jack high. So he goes, so why did you call with jack high? He said, a jack high would have lost to the ace. Because you didn't have S, Lou said. This is like, what? It's like saying, I don't know the better example. Why did you bet $100,000? I knew I was going to lose. That's essentially what she's saying. He then got up and left the table. Lou had explained her unorthodox way of playing her hand was simply because she believed his cards were inferior. But she said she thought he had an ace high, which means that she still would have lost. Get her over it, she wrote on Twitter. Yet Adelstein later revealed on social media how Lou then offered to return the money which he lost, which he took as a sure sign of her guilt. He is now openly accused her of cheating. Poker is an extremely complicated and nuanced game. He said adding that to her hand had very little equity. He then went on to analyze some of Lou's previous strategies, which suggested that someone could cheat using a hidden device that simply vibrates to indicate you have the best hand. Another common way of cheating is someone has the technology to know who will have the best hand in the showdown by hacking into the card reader. I mean, this is a lot of cope. I mean, that's a lot of cope. She writes, I read the man and make a hero call after he shoves on a turned brick card. Get over it. I'll say it again. I've said it before. I'm not playing nice in the sandbox anymore. Make it right. I don't even understand. A DraftKings blog seemed equally perplexed by her decision. Quote, forget ranges or game theory or optimal play. Even the most novice players simply don't make that call, simply based on the strength of their own hand. You can always bluff in poker, but once your opponent moves all in for twice the size of the pot, that's where the bluffing stops. The co-founder, Nick Vertucci, said that Lou is an inexperienced player who likely misread her hand. There's no possibility there's anything that could be cheating goes. Vertucci said, we've checked everything. I mean, first of all, giving the money back is suspect. If I didn't cheat and somebody said I was cheating, I'm not giving the money back. It's very, very odd. Last week, Magnus Carlsen, the world's #1 chess player, was accused of damaging the game after he sensationally resigned from a match a fellow grandmaster after one move over fears his rival is using inserted devices to cheat. I don't even know how. You'd have some sort of extremely complex, like Morse code. The chess thing is very odd. Again, you don't really know for sure what they're going to do next. With the poker thing, yeah, a little buzz to confirm that you have the best hand, perhaps would make sense. I don't think you have any evidence here other than like she just made a big, huge mistake and still got paid off for it. That's like the only thing I can say. Most people are on her side, by the way. You see, how awkward she looks and her body language before the call on the river. This is 99.99999% cheating. Well, that person's not. Anyone who didn't think this is blatant cheating knows nothing about poker. She blocks 2/3 of his combo draws, Jack of club, 8 of club, Queen of clubs, Jack of club, and she's behind all other possible draws and value hands. The only hand she can even call with is his exact hand. She must have known that's what it was. Did you see? And I mean, like, she's allowed to play bad and make a hero call, but Hansen said as hand went down, Garrett loves to go big with hands combo draw like this and put maximum pressure on opponents. I mean, this hand makes 0 sense and is likely only explainable by cheating. I don't know. I don't really understand how this call gets made. Like, I don't understand it. Jack 4 isn't even a bluff catcher in that spot. She put him on ace high. If she put him on ace high, then she still loses the hand. So I don't know if she just failed to understand.
The flop goes bet call, the turn goes bet raise shove. Call.
Like what? What do you mean like raise?
Right. 128.3.
bet, 20,000 mini raise.
No, before the flop.
Before the flop. Before the flop.
128.3.
I think it was
This is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen.
I don't understand sort of what's happening right now.
END.
This is a new cut, right?
If my jack was in a club, I would have been out.
What do you mean if your jack wasn't a club?
You know, you've let me do this to you several times now.
Yeah. I don't know what just happened.
I'm just testing it.
Yeah.
And
This
you just
doesn't
keep
seem super
letting
funny
do
to
this.
me,
And
honestly,
no,
at all,
like
but
when
how much
you
money is
when
that?
you bet that like high big
Yeah.
stack, why did you go on
I don't
it
need to
twice?
say
I thought you were on ace high. Ace high.
And then so why call with jack high then?
I mean, that's exactly right. If you actually thought he had ace high, then you would never have actually called with jack high. So one of two things is true here. Either she cheated, which I'll be looking forward to reading your comments in this comment section down below over this one, or in my opinion, the only other logical explanation is she made a horrible gaffe and then tried to play it off like she just had them all figured out. Like, she just made a terrible play, never should have won that hand, but by 1 in a zillion chance, she just won it. So then she tried to like pretend like she had them all figured out. That's what I think happened. The sending a text message to something that vibrates, that's just like a flavor of the week excuse. I mean, you would think that she would win a lot more often if that were the case. I don't know. What do you think? Are we going to have body cavity searches before events now? It looks like it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like on it and you click that. Please do also subscribe down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.